Yo, guys. Okay, so I know I promised that I would have got this video pushed out to you guys the next day after, but school got really busy for me. As you know, it is welcome week, so there's a lot of new people, a lot of new stuff, and I had to get used to my professors and get supplies and stuff and all this other stuff. But you know, that doesn't mean that I didn't forget about getting you guys this video of my opinions on the new Doctor. That being said, we're going to jump straight into this. I'm going to talk about a few points. This video is going to be layered and it is going to be a little bit lengthy, but I'm going to try and keep the time cut short. So I guess the first thing is, let's get into Doctor's theme music and his other changes, because I feel like those are all important things. I'm gonna go ahead and just show y'all the screenshot. Go ahead, take a moment to pause the video and look over this yourself. While we're talking about that and discussing that, so they decided that they were going to remove Doctor's stances. And originally, when it said that this was going to be for, this was going to be so that Doctor wasn't annoying to play against when it came to newer players, I thought like, oh God, they're nerfing him, right? Everyone assumed that they were nerfing him. I guess this was like pre or post opinions. I even made a video detailing how I felt about Doctor's nerf and changes when the changes were announced. I never released the video, and the reason why is because most YouTubers, they love to criticize, and of course throw out their opinion before the overall gameplay comes, and I didn't want to do that. The main reason for me not wanting to do it is there's a few reasons. The first reason was because I didn't want to mislead or misrepresent information. I didn't want anybody to jump on the hype train that I was on and be like, oh, they're nerfing Doctor, oh God, oh no, another killer being nerfed, the behavior is so unfair and all this other stuff. I initially had that reaction when I saw the patch notes, and even though I had the video ready and made, I made it out of anger, and I didn't want to mislead or misrepresent any information without the gameplay first showing up. In a lot of these games, patch notes can mean one thing, but the gameplay says a whole different story about those patch notes and how they're used and what changes were made. So those were all of my reasons for why I didn't release a video and why I still won't release the video. But with that being said, we're going to cover the overall reward, risk versus reward factor with Doctor and how much he's benefited. So let's get into the gameplay. Let's get that out the way. Mind you guys, this was recorded at rank 3, I believe, rank 2 or rank 3. You'll be able to see the ranks at the end game screen. I included the end game screen, so whatever, since everyone wants to make rank a big deal, hoopla. This is a static blast, so anybody inside my tear radius, when I go to use static blast, they will all get a shock that puts them in immediate tier 1. And it interrupts them from all actions that they are currently in the middle of doing or about to work on and or do, giving the Doctor a lot of time to not only find and place survivors where he wants them to, but it also allows the Doctor to interrupt the game simultaneously. And this does a lot of things. So the first thing that I should be saying is, what doesn't it do? Well, quite frankly, there's nothing to really say on that. Actually, Dr. Static Blast does everything. If you wanted a free barbecue and chili, or wanted to know how to find survivors at the beginning of the game, Doctor can do that perfectly fine. Now, of course, he could do that before, but he didn't have any control over it. So after they were all shocked in tier 1, you were just kind of like, well, what do I do after this? If you guys don't understand what I'm quite saying about this, go back to any of my previous videos where I played post-patch Doctor or pre-patch Doctor, and you'll see what I mean. So Doctor, he had no control over, since he had no control over the survivors being shocked in his tear radius, this meant that it was harder for him to find survivors after they hit the initial tier 1, and it took time being inside of his tear radius for them to all build up to tier 2. Now you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Well, now with the static blast, if you look at the bar to the bottom left-hand corner of my screen and how it's slowly filling up, that's exactly what that static blast does. It's a duration-based ability, and once it's full, what happens is Doctor can just send out this shock all throughout his tear radius whenever this bar is full. This means that he not only has more control over situations, he also has an easier time finding survivors now, which is something that he didn't before. So essentially, the devs intended to make Doctor less annoying to play against. They ended up buffing him. Not only did they end up buffing him, they ended up making him more annoying to play against. If stealth was unsafe against Doctor in the previous patch, then it is definitely a non-recommended thing in this patch. Going up against this Doctor, stealth is basically, in my opinion, kind of useless. And if you want to disagree with that, then you can. You know, the survivors still have lockers that they can get to. But in this patch, I feel like Doctor's unsafe to play stealthy or immersed against, which basically eliminates a whole playstyle from the core mechanic of Survivor. Because there are a lot of survivors, as you guys know, no matter what rank they are, that love to play immersed because they're not good at dealing with killer interactions very well. So this is going to be a huge problem. So I don't feel like Doctor is so strong to the point where he is a top tier killer, but he is definitely a good killer now. Definitely above average, definitely decent, and there's a lot that his ability can compensate him for. Basically, Doctor now gets rewarded, and he gets Omega rewarded for breaking the stealth barrier. He also gets rewarded in interrupting generator actions, interrupting hook actions, interrupting generally any and all survivor actions that does not include going into a locker or, you know, hiding outside of his terror radius. Well, now, with all of that being said and all that being covered, I shall give commentary on to the rest of the video for you guys to understand what the hell is going on. We have a no-mither in the game, and I'm currently chasing a Claudette. I mind-gamed her at this jungle gym to force her to drop the pallet early. I know that she went left, and then she decided to go right. I'm gonna leave her alone because I'm wasting time on her. I think he's doing that on purpose. I'm not sure. Let me throw out static blast here just to see where everybody's at. I know someone's in the main building, but I want to interrupt the person off of this generator. Okay, this Lori knew that I was going to moonwalk it. But I don't understand why she dropped the pallet early. I think I heard her go off to the right. The slow vaults are punishable, so I had enough time to hit her despite the fact that she was fully through the window. And she wants to, she mind gamed me here. She acted like she wanted to use the pallet when really she wanted to get to another loop, being the Killer Shack, since Killer Shack pallet is still up. As Doctor, in this patch, I want to get, most killers want to get rid of Killer Shack as early as possible, but none more important than Doctor, and I would think, at this point in the game. I mean, of course, you know, you got your regular M1 or R2 based killers that need to get the Killer Shack pallet down. Alright, I think I timed that well. Oh, she tried to mind game the window. I counter mind gamed your mind game to get mind game. Count how many times I just said mind game in the past like 10 seconds. Nice. So what happened there was she tried to fake the window and fake the window vault and try to trick me into thinking that she was going to vault through the window. Instead of me assuming that she was going to do that, I decided to hide my stain and act like I was going in that direction, and then counter rotate. Alright, so we automatically got Claudette or whoever was working on this generator off of it. Hopefully nobody builds up progress behind her. Alright, we're at the cow tree. This is a very strong loop, very strong pallet with a very strong window. And I was able to stop her from vaulting through the window for a short time. She could have countered that by going around the window, but I don't think she was thinking about that. Alright, so we got 1 dead and 4 generators left. Beautiful. Be mindful. I'm using the new Hex Ruin because it's okay right now, and I don't have any other perks on Doctor, unfortunately. I don't really put too many blood points into the killer, and I don't really play the killer often. That being said, I decided to just go with this build. Oh, hey, you were my make your choice. Awesome. Okay, so I'm using Nurses Calling, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, which got taken out of the game earlier while I was talking about Doctor's changes, and Make Your Choice, which Make Your Choice, to remind you guys, since there's so many perks in the game, Make Your Choice says that if I am outside of a certain metered range, any survivor that goes for a hook save gets afflicted with the exposed status effect, and I think they have a 30-second countdown to basically hide from me or do whatever they can to not get hit. Alright, so my static blast is almost up. There's there's my no mither. I wanted to get, instead of the Claudette, I really wanted to get the no mither out of the game as fast as possible, but alright, he saw my red stain, so I mind gamed this owl wall pretty good. Alright, now we're down to 2. So let's hope that we can pinch these 2 very quickly. I want to kick this generator. I want that generator to regress a little bit more. I think I already kicked that generator, so it should be regressing. That generator had been regressed due to ruin. The only generator they could be working on is this one. Alright. I'm gonna sacrifice that generator and go for Lori, and the reason why is because Lori is my Make Your Choice. I was hoping that I could get her down within the first few seconds of finding her with the static blast, but it was kind of too late, especially since she has the strong loop. But I'm willing to sacrifice a generator. Like in a 2v1 situation, I am willing to sacrifice a generator if it means that I can get the Killer Shack pallet out the way, because I really want this pallet gone. She's been playing this pallet most of the game. That's why I've been constantly ignoring the Lori, even though acknowledging that she's there, because if I entertain chases with her knowing how solid that she's playing the Killer Shack loop, I actually probably would have lost this game. Okay, so we got a God window here. Is there anything that I can do about this? She got some major distance. Even though I shocked her, she was still able to get there. Alright. I don't think that I'll be able to catch up to her. No, she just gets this loop for free. She's at an entirely strong loop, and God Palette is still up. That is way too strong of a loop right now. So I kind of sacrificed that generator for nothing, but we're still in a 2v1 situation, so I'm okay. I am more than ahead in this game session right now. Can I get Steve to drop this pallet? That's what I want to know. Ooh, had I waited to trade at the pallet, I could have got that pallet down. Damn. Oh well, I think Steve is dead. Okay, now we only have the Lori, which basically means that I can entertain any chase with Lori, and I don't have to play around pallets right now. Well, I'm not going to say that I don't have to play around pallets, but in the last Survivor situation, I don't have to respect these pallets as much as I would have. The reason why is because bloodlust is a mechanic, so if all else fails, I can honestly just bloodlust her unless she's lucky enough to find the hatch in the middle of our chase. But even then, I can chase her into dead zones. What? She haven't used Dead Hard this whole game. That was nice. And she basically got to Killer Shack for free. Had I entertained a chase with this Lori, I would have lost this game a long time ago. I am glad that I was smart enough not to entertain a chase with her. Okay, I think we can get her right here. Yeah, she knew. Alright, well that is a GG, and this is the new doctor. I feel that the new doctor is extremely annoying to play against, more annoying than his previous installment or his previous patch, and definitely a problem for survivors to deal with, and extremely rewarding if you can get good at playing him. That being said, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you like the content on my channel, hit the subscribe button, and with that, I will catch you guys later. Thank you for watching.